Princess and the Finch. Long ago, in a far-off land, there lived a very proud king. He was not proud because of his great riches, nor was he proud because he lived in a fine castle. This king was proud because he had a beautiful daughter who had an equally beautiful voice. Every morning the girl would open her window and sing happily to the world. Her voice was filled with joy and floated across the castle grounds and beyond. When the people heard her singing, they would rise from their beds and cheerfully go about their work. The princess's song filled them with happiness. But one morning, something terrible happened. The princess rose as usual, opened her window, and began to sing. But nothing came out. The princess had lost her beautiful voice. The people woke, but when they could hear no beautiful song, they were sad and miserable. So sad and miserable that they went back to their beds. Nobody cooked the breakfast, nobody went out to the fields, nobody swept the royal courtyard, and nobody brought the king a cup of tea in bed. "Jester," cried the king, "why is nobody working today?" The nervous jester told the king about his daughter's missing voice. "This is terrible," thought the king. "I'll have to offer a reward to anyone who can find it for her." And so the town crier was sent out with a special proclamation. He went to all corners of the kingdom.
"Oh yay! Oh yay! Oh yay! Let it be known that the royal princess has lost her voice. The king will offer gold in great store to anyone who can return it."
Soon a long line of folk had come to the castle door, all hopeful that they would have a cure for the princess's lost voice. Everyone tried, but unsuccessfully, until only a handful of contestants was left. One was an old woman from the forest, carrying a cauldron of nasty-looking liquid that bubbled and croaked. "This will do the trick," she cackled. The princess bravely sipped the mixture. It was so foul-tasting that she felt sick, but when she tried to say, "Ugh," still no sound left her lips. The old woman returned to the forest without any reward. Surely the last arrival would be able to save the princess. It was a handsome young knight who always got folk shouting with excitement whenever he showed off his skills as a horse rider. He rode up and down the courtyard beneath the princess's window, doing all kinds of clever things. He rode backwards, standing on the saddle, without hands, and finally he got the horse to bow to the maiden. The princess was so thrilled that she opened her mouth wide to cheer, but sadly, once more, no sound came, not even a squeak. Her heart filled with sadness, the little princess left the castle grounds and sat beside a small stream where she began to weep, her tears falling into the clear waters. In the branches of a tree beside her was a small nest, and in that nest sat a small common woodland finch. On hearing the princess sobbing below, it peered over the side of the nest. Suddenly the little bird lost its balance and tumbled into the stream, which with all those tears was now a fast-flowing torrent. Hearing the bird's weak cry, the princess looked up and saw what had happened. She ran to the bank of the stream, and in danger of falling in herself, managed to stretch out and grab the spluttering bird before its little head disappeared forever into the depths. She wrapped the bedraggled creature in her gown and held it closely to warm its shivering body. The poor bird was too wet to be able to fly away, so the maiden took it to her room in the castle. That night it slept in the folds of the princess's soft bed cover. Next morning the princess fed and watered the finch and gently smoothed its ruffled feathers. The bird was now dry and able to fly back to its own nest. The princess carried the finch to her window and held it high above her head so that it would be able to fly away. The little finch flew high above the castle, but then it suddenly turned and flew back to the princess. As though remembering to thank the princess for her help, the little finch began to sing a beautiful melody. So sweet was the bird's song that it bewitched the princess, and without thinking, she began to sing in duet with her new friend. Of course, their music woke the people below, who rushed out of their houses to hear the song. Soon the whole castle was filled with the sounds of singing and cheering as the folk began to go about their work once more. It even woke the king. Hearing the noise, the king had thought his castle was under attack, and he rushed to call the guard. He was filled with joy and relief when he saw what had happened. To whom do I give the reward of gold in great store?" he asked. But of course you can't give gold to a bird. The king was very sad that he could not reward the little finch, until suddenly he had a wonderful idea. The king gave the town crier another proclamation to take to all the people of the land.
"Oh yay, oh yay, oh yay! Let it be known that the princess has had her voice returned. A common finch has returned it. The king has rewarded the finch, and from this day onwards and evermore, the common finch will now be called
the Gold Finch.